So this is a pair of trainers that was released in 2022, but I managed to pick them up on sale in early 2023, and I think the price was around sort of the £90 mark. The thing about this pair is it was quite, at the time, difficult to find Jordan 1s back then in 2022. They were obviously hot and in demand, so I kind of picked up whatever pairs I could for retail, and this was obviously one of them, and they did sort of sit, and same with the Brotherhoods as far as I remember as well, those sat as well. So this particular pair was a original concept colorway. This is back in when they first released back in '85 as far as I remember, and they never came out as a colorway because of basically it's almost like a reverse bred type color blocking. And the Travis Scott Fragment collaboration, the high version, that was like a similar color, same sort of color blocking as this, with the red toe box. Instead of it being red, it would have been blue, and same with the collar and the swoosh would have been blue. And so that was the Travis Scott collab. So I think Jordan Brand tried to release these as another pair to basically use a similar sort of color blocking, because that one was obviously successful, and then they kind of released these. And then basically the colorway is simple, so it's very much a Chicago sort of type colorway, which is a university red and white, and then the black on there as well. This is a polyurethane midsole with an airbag in the heel, and that's kind of most of the comfort that you get. The insole on this one is kind of okay as far as I remember. It's not anything special, but yeah, there you go. It's not very thick at all, so it's quite sort of basic in its structure. So it's going to provide you okay comfort, but not great. And this is made up of an all leather construction, so as you can see on here. And the leather quality, I can sort of see, you know, around the sort of swoosh and the collar area and the toe box is quite sort of pebbled, whether that sort of indicates good quality or not. The leather seems to be sort of everywhere else around here in the toe guard area, and the medial and lateral side seems to be sort of standard Jordan 1 leather, and it's not so much got that sort of lacquered finish on it, so it's quite sort of matte in its approach, which I kind of like. And the ankle collar here feels quite sort of soft to the touch as well. And the price for these were £180. So with the comfort and sizing, I think these are on the medium to firm side, and basically they have a certain amount of comfortability, and I wouldn't say they're bad. They're quite sort of nice to sort of wear, and sort of neutral and quite sort of flat and on the ground. And basically, like I said, because they were sort of a basketball sneaker, they are sort of on the medium to firm side, so don't expect any sort of give or too much softness in this here. You get most of that from the air unit, is the impact protection and just a bit of cushioning. And because of the hard sole, they can get sort of fatiguing after a while, so just bear that in mind. So when you're sort of wearing these, they do tend to just become quite sort of fatiguing after a while, especially sort of after hard days of being out. And there isn't much support around the arch on this either, so they are very sort of flat. So you can probably see that here. It's quite a sort of flat shoe, base shoe, so you're not going to get that. And I think the wearing time for these is kind of the 6 to 8 hours mark, in my opinion. The leather on this, as you can sort of feel here, is quite sort of soft to the touch, so it's not too bad. And also around here it's quite sort of soft as well. So I think you should be okay sort of wearing these in. They're kind of sort of similar to any other regular Jordan 1. And I would definitely sort of recommend going up half size for wide footers, in my opinion, because you end up with a little bit of tightness around this sort of pinky toe area. But you know, if you're got a sort of slim foot, then your true to size should work on these, in my opinion. But I just tend to go up half size because I just like the extra bit of space all around the trainer. So with the look and style, this is, like I said earlier, it's like an OG color blocking, so they're calling it, I suppose, the heritage color blocking. That's what I've called it anyway. And like I said, it's kind of like a mishmash of the reverse bred, and then because you've got this black ankle collar around here, that's similar to the Chicago, so it's kind of basically a mishmash of those two colorways, but in reverse. And I think this one's a good one to wear sort of spring autumn time, in my opinion, because there's quite a lot of white around the toe box area that can get dirty quite quickly. So obviously wearing them in the winter you can do, because it's an all leather sneaker and you get that breathability, but for me it's still one of those ones where I'd be a bit careful wearing them in the winter time because of the colorway. And these ones I think you can sort of dress smart casual, and maybe even go towards the smart casual end, because Jordan 1s nowadays, I think you know, you can kind of sort of wear them smart casual, especially like if you're wearing a pair of smart sort of chinos, and you can kind of cover up the ankle collar, and that kind of gives you the red and the white really, so, and that doesn't stick out too bad. And basically it comes with the black laces in here, and then also you get the white and the red as well, so you do get a few different combinations, which is nice. And it's not really that you see that on Jordan 1s. Mostly you only get 2 packs of laces. So with the final thoughts, I like the heritage color blocking on this. It's quite cool and different and unique, and like I said, it's a mix between the Chicago and the kind of like a reverse breaded, in my opinion. And in terms of the cons, I think the costs, so with the cost, I think they're quite sort of on the high side in my opinion. I think they could be lower in my opinion, and basically Jordan 1s in general are sort of priced too high. And the comfort, I think it's mid at the end of the day. You're not going to get too much comfort on these. It's not like a New Balance sneaker, but it works fine. But just bear in mind that by the end of the day you probably want to take them off. So with the ratings, I give the look and style on this a 4 out of 5. I think it's a cool sneaker, and one of those ones where, if you can sort of grab it on sale, it's a nice find, especially like with these sort of Chicago colorway, because usually they're sort of quite expensive to find. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 3. Like I said, it's a Jordan 1 at the end of the day, so it's not the most comfortable of sneakers, but it's fine, and it does the job. And the quality, I give that a 5. I think with the sneaker itself, it's quite sort of made nicely. I won't say it's perfect, but I do like the leather quality on this. And like I said, the unsort of finished lacquer on there, not having that on there just makes it look a sort of more matte and just a bit cleaner really. And the pricing, I give that a 3. I think on these sort of trainers or Jordan 1s, they're sort of priced too high in my opinion. And I think with this one in particular, it's like paying £175, it's a bit of an ask. But I think still, I think a lot of people have been knocking this particular colorway, but I still think it's quite sort of solid. I mean, if you want a Chicago type trainer and basically a Jordan 1 that's different to the norm, I think this one's not too bad, and I wouldn't really give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's because of the hype that was, kind of at the time, because of the Chicago colorway was coming out as well, and maybe people are sort of get fatigue of Jordan 1s in general. So, but looking at these now, they still look really nice to me, and that's why I've given them a 4 out of 5.